Harry Studios, thank you for the resub. How you doing? Sorry for coming on so late, but been under threat of thunderstorm the whole day. And with the lightning that has been hitting, I really didn't want to risk having everything shut down midstream. Really? More like you can use my voice to bring on the sleep paralysis demon. The real question is, does she have a name? You know, this is a bit too all over the place. Yeah, if you give her a name, she might be less scary. Arnie is cleaning marbles on the couch. We got Allie sleeping right here next to us. She's being a good girl for right now. Yeah. That's why I said for right now. Throwing the flesh tone on the feet, where I need to put the clear smoke color for stockings on them. For some reason the shoes have like a nylon mesh on them. The ones so far, yeah. They look good. They're fine. They all fit. As long as you're able to bring them up to 200% and they fit, then it's fine. I know the hair is going to be difficult because there's that one side that has the weird shit going on when you cut it. And they don't need to be cut a lot. That's the thing. It's almost like if you bring it up to 200% and look at what's sticking out and kind of adjust from there. Right? I'm looking for something longer than 5 minutes. Today's gonna be a weird stream. I'm just... You know? Nope. Motherfucker. I'm trying to find something that fits my mood right now and I can't find it. Fucking VLC. So in other words, it's 6 layers that aren't a solid object. Would cutting it right down the, well, you could cut it right down the middle, but then it still wouldn't be good vertically because it's still too big that way. You know? Because after I do L-egg, I want to do Red Hood. You want the files for any of these? The L-egg or the Red Hood? I can send them to you. Well, you've already got Red Hood. Uh-oh. My face! You gotta wonder what the people on YouTube think of that, because you can control it on Twitch, but all you know on YouTube is the screen flashes and a facehugger jumps out at you and you don't know why, because you're not seeing the alert in chat. There was one person watching, they're not anymore. Turn off my heater. It's a bit warm in here now. Or was that you on YouTube earlier, just seeing how it was? Stick these on the base. So the music with the lyrics like this does get flagged on YouTube, but it gets flagged as royalty free. So I can still use it, it's just, it takes note of it. And then it puts a little mini thing in the description. No worries, you don't have to. And if something really did start happening that needed attention, you'd be able to shut one off and bring up the other. So I'm not too concerned. Need a little more flesh. Yeah, one part of the Elig print already screwed up. It's her shoulder. But once I get the sleeve put in, I'll be able to build it back up and resculpt the missing stuff just by looking at the file. I'm not about to reprint it for a little bit on a shoulder that I can remake. You'd never notice it was missing. Okay, once these dry, we can give them a coat of transparent smoke. Let me get the part so you can see how she's coming along. 1 minute. Yeah, I think the supports didn't form right or didn't attach right, and they just kind of let go. So it's her torso, her waist, and face. And I've got to find a set of files for the BFG from Doom, because in the game, that's the actual gun she's using. It's a little bit different, but that's what it looks like. So if I can get the BFG going, I can... actually, I need to do her wrists. I can put that on her back. Even this music's a bit too auto-tuney. Give me a minute and I'll find something. Let's try the industrial. It's 44 minutes long. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. So essentially the costume is the same as the standard costume, except whatever was black or gray has been replaced with white, aside from the straps for the harness. And whatever was red is now blue. And it looks like she doesn't have her grenade belts in this version, but I'm going to leave them on. I'm still going to paint her glove black. But today was kind of a letdown day for me. I haven't really done much of anything. Like I said, I wanted to get the stripes on the car done, but you go outside and look, like the video I sent you, that front had been sitting on the horizon all afternoon. Or all day since I woke up. Kind of a relaxed day. Tried to be anyway. More of a, I'd like to do something, but when can I? You know? It's like, okay, Storm, can you pass, please, so I can have my computer and stuff going so I don't have to risk frying it. Starting the eyes with a extremely light gray mix. It's a typical mistake people make when they do anime eyes, is they go straight for the white. That is actually wrong. The top half, or all of it, is usually a very light gray. And that allows the white highlights to pop out more when you put them in. Or usually that's like the top half will be gray like that, and then the bottom half will be white. Just to simulate the shadow of the eye itself. That's a good base layer. And we can continue to use this color in other places. I hate to say it, today's actually been kind of like a stir-crazy day. I never finished that. We'll get that done in a second. And tomorrow's 7 to 3, and then I'm off Thursday. I'd like to try to get on tomorrow night and do a stream. But I really can't promise anything. Getting up that early still is kind of difficult. If I hadn't been off that schedule for so long, then it wouldn't be as hard, but it's harder now. I know it's hard to do white on camera here. Marvel's back there behind me. Hello on YouTube, how's it going? I just hope I can make it to Sunday without hearing any major spoilers of Alien Romulus. It's in theaters this week. I think the 14th is when it comes out, so tomorrow. Maybe even tonight. Like, I don't even want to hear if it's bad or good. I just want to go see it. I want to go into a movie not knowing anything, you know? Can't do that these days, it seems. Like, hell, I don't even have to go see Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters. Not that I would anyway. The entire fucking movie, or at least all the high points, are already online. In little shorts, so why spend money? So I'm just outlining some of the details in a light gray mix. Might have to cut back in with some white. Are you gonna go see it? Last Alien movie I saw in theaters was Resurrection. Prometheus and Covenant, I could tell, were not going to be great in terms of what I look for in an alien film, so I didn't bother seeing them in theaters. This one actually looks like it's going to be like an old school anthology style alien film. Almost like the old Dark Horse comics where you knew what was coming alien-wise, right? But the story itself was unique. Who's that down there? Who is that? Is it Allie or Frankie? That's Allie. Hey girl. What are you doing down there? Ow, my knee just popped. Yeah, the other thing I couldn't get done today was finishing the stripes on the Camaro. Because I didn't want to get done masking and then turn around and have it pour rain, which means I'd have to redo the masking, or get the paint on and then have it rain. The paint would have probably been okay depending on how quickly it flashed off before the rain hit, but you never know. Oh, welcome to the world of trying to personalize your car. Well, stare back, you'll have good dreams. I almost need to get the other figure so I can look at what I did on those eyes and mimic that, because it's the same character. And again, I apologize if I seem kind of all over the place today. I get you. Kind of like when you PCS, you don't want to get it all out to put it all away again. Mine's not as steady as you think. I'm just bracing it really well. Well, so do mine. I just time it between the jerks. And you kind of let the detail on the model guide it too. Okay, those will be a darker color. Alright. Just I hit this with a white primer and it didn't lay down exactly how I wanted it to. It kind of works because the uniform's not a clean white. I can see where I'm supposed to go back and like sponge on some dinginess to it. But I was hoping it would have come out cleaner than it did, so I'm trying to sharpen it some. So we got more people looking from the YouTube side. Welcome, welcome. Don't be shy, say hi. I only bite once. On me, it depends on what I'm painting. Like if I'm going for like a deep, pure red, I'll actually throw down some yellow first. Since red is a transparent color, the yellow will bounce light back through it more efficiently and keep the color true. Whereas if you put white, the red would turn pink, or if you use gray, it'll dull the red down. Oh, excuse me, everybody. And in other news, since Daft Punk has disbanded for a couple of years now, I think, Nine Inch Nails has been tapped to do the music for Tron Ares. It's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. But then again, with Jared Leto in it, I honestly don't know if I'm even gonna watch it. Hey girl. It depends on how big his part is. If they can keep his part small, like they did with Blade Runner, fine. But if he's got like main character level shit, then Or if they can keep him under control, like in what was it, God of War, where it was Nicolas Cage. You'd be surprised. Nine Inch Nails is actually has done more video game music than you would think. And movie music. Or did you not notice the Nine Inch Nails emblem on the Quake nail gun ammo cans back in '96? Oh, Nine Inch Nails can be techie. I'd play it on here, but I don't want to get copyright struck. On YouTube, anyway. Give me a sec. There. So, anyway, I was saying, check out the song Reptile and any one of its remixes. It's an older song from the pre-Quake days, but you'll hear that electric sound that it's supposed to have. And we don't even know what path they're taking with this film. Supposedly, more of it is supposed to happen in our world than the electric one. But at the same time, did you ever think that Daft Punk could do something heavier sounding like Derezzed? Derezzed had more of a Nine Inch Nails sound to it than it did Daft Punk. To people who didn't listen to a lot of Daft Punk anyway. All I know is it can be interesting. Yeah, Derezzed, the song that was used in the bar fight scene in Tron Legacy, was by Daft Punk. Yeah, but if you listen, that has a much more Reznor style sound to it, though, doesn't it? Same thing with Clue, the theme Clue that was used at the end for the light jet battle. That also was done by them. They did most of the soundtrack. They co-wrote it with another artist for the more orchestral sounds, but overall Daft Punk was in charge of most of it. Nine Inch Nails also did a lot of the music for The Social Network. I expect the music would probably sound a lot like what we're hearing now. Which wouldn't be terrible. And Tron's music is more than just the synthesizer stuff, too. I was honestly hoping that they would have either done more with Sam Flynn's character, which apparently he's not going to be in it. I've heard Jeff Bridges is in it, so it's at least got him kind of holding the reins somehow. Or something more to do with Cillian Murphy being Dillinger's kid, played by David Warner. Or am I showing my overly geeky memory for these kinds of facts again? Still very bright. Well, you may not think that, but what does our YouTube audience think? Too geeky? Cut back on it? Shut up so you can hear the music? Keep painting the anime girl boobies? Yeah, I can't turn it down too low though, or I won't be able to see what I'm doing. And white is going to wash out the cam regardless. And you have to go in again Thursday, don't you? Maybe maybe tomorrow, since I'll be getting off at 3, we could try reconnecting the other camera. See if maybe the system's updated to accommodate it better for my computer. And toy with that, because I remember that having a little better bloom control for whites and yellows and bright colors. I really should have painted the whole thing with a lighter gray and then gone up and down from there. I just didn't feel like fighting that much white surface. I was hoping in 1/3 scale it would create its own shadows more easily. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could try going back to it. Because I remember it had a lot more options that I could work with to adjust things a bit more. Like this one's doing fine, but it's that one that has like absolutely no controls. So you can't adjust anything. What do you expect? We got it for free from Amazon when they were doing that weird program where you pay X amount a month and they send you whatever, you know, based on your search preferences and things like that. We kind of canceled it when we started getting things like breast pumps and just weird Ramadan type stuff. It's like, we were getting stuff that was not related to anything that we would search. No, I was talking the one you sent me. We can try setting that back up again. I'm talking about the one I'm using currently, this one. That's the cheap one, because the one you sent me was just giving too many headaches at that time. But I want to try it again because I do feel it is the better camera, and maybe the system's had enough updates to accommodate it better now. Because it wasn't a memory issue, it was a compatibility with OBS issue that I was having. But now that OBS has had like 4 updates in the past 3 months alone, maybe we could try hooking it back up, see if it'll behave more. We can try it tomorrow once I get back from work. I'll be off at 3. Possibly sooner if it's dead slow. Then I'm off for Thursday. Thursday, at least in the morning, I'd like to get the stripes laid out on the car and even get them painted so that way I can come in the afternoon with a better feeling of accomplishment and have a better stream. There's no bad weather in the forecast, so yeah, her dress is going to take a lot of work. It's going to be multiple layers. But it's coming along. Well, I got the white out. Let me get the blue out. And I want to get her tie done. Her tie has a stripe pattern to it. Been working on the legs too. Couldn't really show them on stream because there's a certain way it was painted that was even more suggestive than that. Actually, I got the white straight. Let's put a little more of that out. Lower half of the eyes done. Now Aries is going to have more nightmares of weird half eyes. I don't know, man. I think it might do you some good to get out on Sunday afternoon and go see Alien. Just get out the house for a little while. Actually, these are white stripes on the tie, not blue, not light blue. So yeah, if tomorrow hasn't completely destroyed my will to do anything by the time I get home, then we'll work on that camera. Either that or I could do the stripe work on the car that evening, now that it's cooled off out, and have all day to do the stream. But again, that all depends on how tired I am when I get home. Because when I go in at 7, it's usually because I'm checking in the truck and the freight and getting that out on the floor to be put away. We'll see. Play it by ear, like everything else. Got some more viewers on Twitch, it looks like. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? As I said before, don't be shy, say hi. Unless you're a regular and you like to lurk, then you're fine. Going to be a leather. Let me get the gloss black. And Allie's back with us again. Let's see if she can be a good girl. Or do we want to see a cap butt in the camera? I mean, I can arrange that if that's what you guys want. I mean, she is a street cat found in a snowdrift. She is not shy about showing that thing off. get the gloss black out. Finish the straps on the chest. We'll do the outlining on the jacket, the top of the stockings. That way I can get that masked off to do the translucent effect on the stockings. Okay. Sorry, thinking out loud. Hey, pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl. Bellies. One moment, please. Sorry, wife needed to say something, so just paused it real quick. Yeah, the only thing that's got me kind of about Romulus is the number of facehuggers running around in one scene. It's like, yeah, I know they're harvesting them, but crying out loud. I think the trailer showed a little bit too much. Out of context, it's kind of off-putting. I have to wait and see how it plays out in the film. Unfortunately, yes. Kind of like when Star Wars Episode 7 came out, my friend and I were able to assemble 3/4 of the film and the events that were happening just from the trailer alone. Yep, just enough to show you what, what the movie's all about, and then leave you going for more. Maybe that's why I like the two latest Ghostbusters films so well, because the trailers honestly didn't tell you shit about the films. It showed you a couple things, but it didn't tell you anything, right? It made you want to go see it. I gotta turn up the brightness again. There. Sorry, folks, but the first trailer was just that. What the fuck? This is acrylic paint over a white enamel. That shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna have to let that dry, then we'll come back. That was weird. And we probably won't be on too long because I really do have to start getting ready here soon for my early shift tomorrow. It turned gray by mixing in the white, and the only white that was in this area was enamel. And the only way that should have done that is if there was paint thinner. And I've been doing models for the better part of 40 years now, so you'd think I'd know how my paints play together. debating whether I should do that strip or not. Doesn't really show it on the artwork, but there's not that strip there either. There's some minor detail differences. Back with the blue and square that up a little bit. We'll need a finer brush to do the outside trim. Probably going to do inside here blue, because it's red on the other jacket. Get the inside trim done and let that dry. Then we can do the outside. Over here. Ah, fuck. I forgot how stupid Mission Models paints can be. I didn't seal it yet. I think that just means we're getting close to stopping time anyway. A lot of this is stuff I was planning on doing earlier, but I kind of went into standby mode because of the weather and it not raining, and then when I finally decided to make a decision, that's when the storm finally came in. Either way, I was kind of screwed because I couldn't stream due to the outlandish thunder, for lack of a better word. Like, you know at a fireworks show when the fireworks go off a little too close to the crowd? It's like, you know they're not supposed to, and it's one of the really, really, really big ones. That's what the thunder was like from some of the lightning strikes. Like, you could feel it in your chest. It was moving the air in and out of your lungs. And yes, for those just joining in on YouTube, that is part of a butt cheek. I could almost make a mini leg lamp out of this. It's fragile. Let's see how badly it bled under the tape. It's alright if it did. I gotta kind of repaint the legs anyway. Oh, that's just fucking wonderful. Yeah, this whole thing's becoming a disaster pretty quick. We might just shut down tonight before I do something I really don't want to do. I'm going to be going back and giving the stockings a transparent white effect anyway. Well, let's see how badly the other leg does. The paint was going to dry that quick that it would tear like that. Not as bad. I just thought it had it done better than that. I bet if I airbrushed it, it would have been fine. Problem is I brush painted it. Just didn't feel like cranking up the airbrush again. So we'll play tomorrow by ear. Might see more of this. Or we'll rebuild Eleg's shoulder. Her arms and hands will be printed out tonight. They're almost done, actually. Well, like I said, the white is an enamel primer, so that really shouldn't come off unless I'm using duct tape to mask it. But yeah, look forward to seeing this one on here. We gotta resculpt that edge of the shoulder. Yeah, I could reprint one, I just don't feel like spending 9 hours doing it and wasting the resin when all I gotta do is rebuild an arch like that once the arm's in place and then resculpt it. And that's why it's good to have Aves and a rubber sculpting tool. That's all you need. Aves, a little bit of water, and a rubber sculpting tool. And if I hadn't shown you where it was damaged, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell once I primed it. Yeah, we'll probably continue work on her tomorrow. Throw some black on her other hand while we got it out before it all dries up. I've got to wear down the gun some too, but I don't want to go just throwing straight black on that. So the gun will probably get some weird scuffing and dry brushing done to make it look worn. Again, going by the artwork, it looks like even sponging on some gray in areas would be fitting. The artwork shows like a mottled gray. Not exactly like a camouflage, but not dirty either. If you look up the artwork for the figure, or for the character, you'll see what I mean. Once this hand is complete, I do hate to cut things short, but I have to be up and at work at 5:30 in the morning. Or no, I don't have to be at work at 5:30, but I have to be up at 5:30 so I can be at work on time. And while I'm getting to sleep better a little bit, it's still hard for me to get under this early still. Especially after spending the last year essentially being on a late night shift, so I got used to being up till 2 in the morning because I didn't have to be up early at all for any real reason, which that can also screw you up. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I really can't do that anymore. I used to do it all the time, but that's when I was on mid shifts, and you know, you get off at 6-7 a.m. Friday morning. Are you going to go home and sleep one of those days away, or are you going to just stay up? I got in the habit of getting off that Thursday night, Friday morning, and I didn't sleep again till midday Sunday. In your 20s, it's easy. Not so much in your late 40s. Yeah, I know. It's looking ugly right now, but we're still laying in the base colors. We're nowhere really into the fine detail and like feathering and stuff like that yet. I'm not the only one, Aries. You and I are only a couple months different. But with that, I am going to call it a night. Thanks again to Aries for the resub on Twitch. Those of you on YouTube, if you want to support the channel until YouTube becomes operational for monetization, head on over to Twitch. If you want to drop some bits, if you want to throw a sub my way, it's up to you. Not necessary, but if you feel like helping out with supplies and things like that, more than appreciated. But with that, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Depending on what work does to me. So, catch you later and have a good night.